Hello. Today will be the Hi Femme episode in which I'm almost sober, but maybe a little bit high, cross-faded as the kids would say, and with a glass of wine. And I say this because I am once again, in Latin America, where, marijuana is not legal. But worst of all, very much conservative family, where one, you really shouldn't smoke it, and two, my family thinks that you'll get killed by like a gang member if you go out and try to score some. Had to beg my father for some that he had. He doesn't have a pipe. He asked me if I had a can of Coca-Cola that was empty. I was like, what for? And then he was like, really? So he punctured some holes, and I tried to breathe in, and I don't know, I think I might be a little high. It might just be because my tolerance is so low. But here I am. Just thought I'd say hello. And God, I really need to get back to America, especially to Seattle. It's in my experience trying using an improvised pipe was funny because they dropped half of it on the floor, and there was a little kid playing soccer as they go to the parking lot, and I'm supposed to inhale from the opening of a can of Coke, and again, not really used to it. I kind of buy everything pre-packaged. Well, and lately, I want to talk about something somewhere maybe it'll be funny. Maybe. We might need more wine. Okay, so something I've noticed is that there's some sort of like new moral panic regarding weed. Another thing, by the way, I had an ex-white person who was in Guatemala, and he was able to score some, and I just want to say, fuck him, because he's my ex and that he was able to do that. But anyway, so there's been articles like, what is it? The scrumming. Oh my god, someone said scrumming. Where it's just like people smoke and vomit so hard. Oh, come on. Get me to that scrumming. Wait. Yeah, it's really weird. It's like Reefer Madness, but maybe not as funny. I don't know. I have not seen that. I remember that when I was taking my research class, there was a professor who was doing research on like how to talk to teenagers and like, prevent them from accessing marijuana, especially at an early age. And but yeah, the current discourse with a letter D, it's that it's just not good. Scrumming. Go to that screaming and vomiting, smoking and vomiting. So there is this person named Hunter Avalone. I don't know who that is. Okay, this is what he says. I love marijuana, but for those who pretend it's completely harmless, you're in denial. 50% of people who drink alcohol become alcoholics. 10% of people who smoke weed become addicted to weed. Are you addicted to your medication? Not too much different. Weed it's addictive, and heavy long-term use does cause harm. Okay. So does Another thing that causes long-term harm is making really stupid tweets on Twitter. Long-term weed use leads to decreased IQ. You are proof of this, idiot. This is sort of the response to someone saying caffeine addiction is worse than weed addiction. And, I don't know if I have the information to compare that, but I would say probably, yeah. Decreases of IQ. Oh my god, bring the IQ argument. Which, by the way, it's just evil is. And it's actually Disability Pride Month. You know, to anyone who has a disability, I say Happy Disability Pride Month. I have a few, but mine is have ADHD. Since I have poor emotional regulation, actually some of the reason why I'm having such a hard time here is because I don't have edibles or weed. But I wouldn't call that addiction any more than when I need my antidepressants or my Adderall, or I don't know. So, and it's just been like article after article, like New York Times, some tabloid in England, lady to travel all the way to Los Angeles to critique a fucking weed shop, in Wall Street Journal, which is really a rag. But yeah, I wonder, are we in the threats of another massive panic regarding marijuana, because now we have ultra concentrates? I mean, I don't know. It feels like a CIA psyops. Like lately, things have been really bad, and progress we expect to move forward, but it doesn't unless you push it forward. And we're going back on abortion rights. We're going back on the safety of queer people. What is it? Is weed next? Is nothing sacred? Well, I mean, I would say maybe weed is part of the war against gay people. Yeah. And I would say that if I were to make a joke and take this asshole seriously, it's that smoking weed increased my IQ to 300. But he hasn't smoked weed to get there. I'm like, once I started smoking weed or taking edibles, I got into graduate school. It's really a mood stabilizer for me a lot of the times. Checking my head at like Tumblr, they are promoting their thing. It just says blaze it up. Wikipedia says, according to the DSM-4, which is no longer relevant, might eventually become dependent. Poor academic achievement, demon behavior in childhood and adolescent rebelliousness. Wow, it all sounds like there's other social, economic factors to it. There is, I mean, I'm not gonna say that it is for everyone, and I know that there's some people who are predisposed to maybe having risk of a psychosis, but there's still no consensus on that. And like for me, I know alcohol predisposes me to like feeling more depressed. I mean, yeah. There's cannabis hyperemesis syndrome. Is that the scrumming? That is the scrumming. Because some people are allergic. And the idea that because of having super, ultra refined weed is like, it's not. It's actually, I don't know, some people are allergic or might not be able to, or who have not been able to smoke it, now can through vapes, through edibles, and they're glad for it. And maybe I'm just a deviant. I know I am. But the thing is that, I had a neighbor and then she was like, oh, I don't like, that when my weed is higher than like 27%, I feel like I am doing too much. I'm like, mine should be at least 37. But I am high femme, and I think that we all have, a preference to it, and of how we want to do it, when we want to do it, whether we want to reduce or use, that's fine. But there just seems to be a budding, like, I don't know, moral panic about it. It just seems here and there, but if I do find out more about it, and this is in America, if you're in another country, I don't know, if I would like to know if, like, hey, maybe they, what's the attitude towards it, and, also, have you seen this kind of thing pop up, especially in America? It just seems like it's just out of nowhere, so random. But one day, I think I'm gonna do a part, like, read the entire Wikipedia article on cannabis, and it might have to be split into parts, but that's all I got to say. If you want to smoke, smoke. If you want to take an edible, do it. Relax. Seriously. We can talk about alcohol and nicotine way more than the dangers of weed. And we can do it in a way that's not sensationalized. And again, connect the social economic factors. I don't know. For me, it's really great. It enhances my senses. I listen to music. Makes me feel creative. I don't need it to be creative, but sometimes it's fun. So that's all I have for now. And hopefully next time I make an episode, I'll be back in America. Until then, keep on smoking.